Right. Hi everyone and welcome to the Wannabe Gardener. Right now, it is actually the same day. It's potato day, or it was potato day. However, I for some reason was filming in super ultra HD 4K everything, and it just absolutely melted the battery. I had no idea, but there we go. What I finished with, as far as the potatoes are concerned, I put them over where they're going to be living in the tub. You'll see that in yesterday's video, and I've just watered them. I'm just going to leave them there and hopefully they'll grow, and that'll be at least a little bit of success. Now, these little chaps here are my pumpkin seedlings. Some of them have grown a little bit more. However, what I think I said, first mistakes I've made, well, at the time I didn't have any compost. So these have been in heavy clay soil, which is not ideal for them. They do like loose, well-drained soil. Another thing I think I did, because I'm noticing major yellowing on one of the leaves, is I think sometimes that can be due to lack of water. It's definitely not the case in this case. It might be excess moisture, more so. But also I think I hardened them off too quickly. I left them out overnight and kind of forgot to take them in, and I think they got a bit battered by the wind and the weather. And they are actually quite a delicate plant, and they do like kind of protection from wind. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep them indoors just for a little bit longer. I'm going to put them in with the good quality compost, and if they don't survive, then that's a shame. But I actually have a few days back, in fact I think it's 5, 6 or 7 days ago, I'm not sure, 6 days ago probably, planted pumpkin seeds, and they've just germinated, and the shoots have just started to appear. And I actually planted them at the right level this time, so the husk wasn't still on the first 2 leaves, so brilliant. Anyway, what I'll do is I'll repot a couple of days and yeah, get cracking. Hopefully that'll help them. I've actually got a very delicate root system. Didn't realise. Really delicate, really fine little roots. And from feeling in there, it just wasn't optimum for them, you know. Really, it seems claggy and tough on them, so I'm hoping. Yeah, the coil is clagged around the roots, so I don't want to damage the roots as best as possible. We probably already have. I planted the other seedlings directly in this compost right from the start, so that should show me if obviously the soil or the compost has made a big difference. What I will say is, what I noticed is I replanted that little scraggly basil that I had. If you looked back in my videos, you'll see me growing this, I mean, it is a sad piece of basil. Little scraggly thing that I left on the windowsill accidentally and completely forgot about it, but then cut it off, managed to get it to reroot. Anyway, to cut a long story short, I put it in this compost. And since I've put it in this compost, it has absolutely flourished. Absolutely flourished. I mean, it's still very small, but there's lots of new little branches with new little leaves coming out on it. So, you know, don't expect miracles, but it definitely has made a huge difference to it from the terrible state it was in. So, I'm thinking that this could be good compost. This is not sitting very happily in this soil at the moment, so it'll take it a while, I think, to settle in after being moved. Hopefully it will. There we go. Looks happier already. What I'll do is I'll do one more. Use a new pot for this one. Even from feeling that heavy clay soil around the roots, they just don't seem happy. They just don't seem to be flourishing to the max that they can. So let me see if there's another pot just over here. There we go. It's not very big. I'll put it in there for now. Oops. Try not to kill it by smashing it to bits. Oh dear. But this compost feels lovely and light. As I say, from putting the basil in it, it must be full of the nutrients that they say it is. The new seeds that have just germinated, they'll probably take over these ones because they've started off in good conditions. You never know. Right. That's 2 of them done. So what I'll do is I'll change the rest over and I'll get back to you after that. Right, there we go. All repotted with some good quality compost in them. I think good quality compost does make a difference. The reason why I say that, I actually think the soil was the main reason. I don't think I hardened them off that badly. You know, once I left them out maybe a little bit too early, but they were still green and looking good. I think just as they grew a little bit bigger, just the nutrients, the drainage wasn't there, and they just were not happy. So that's why they've yellowed off a lot. What I'll do is I'll report back after a week or two and we'll see how they're doing. Hopefully a lot better. I will put mulch in and obviously water them in now. So now, and the reason why, more reasons why I think the compost made a difference is because that lamb's ear plant, not anything to eat, the little furry one, I'm not going to show it yet because it's still a bit of a mess, but it did start growing back. Well, it did start growing back in the clay soil, but since I've put it into, again, this good compost, it's just starting to, there's a few little shoots that started to come out. So in a couple of weeks time I'm going to report back on that. It is the 7th today, so maybe in 2 weeks, so maybe the 21st of May, around about that time, I'm going to come back and see how these look, and actually see how my other pumpkin seeds look, yeah, from then, or the just sprouted ones. So that's that. Anything else? Oh, I did plant a teeny one of the poppy plants, that big mad exotic poppy plant over there, which I will show you later. And first teeny little leaf has come out. I might, if it does grow, I might give that to my neighbour. I think she'll enjoy it because she seems to want some plants for her garden. So cool. So that's it for today. Much shorter video because obviously I don't have the long digs in it. You can hear the magpie in the background. That's very angry at my cat because my cat massacred one yesterday. Magpie, which I'm very, very sad about because I love magpies. But there we go. Anyway, that's probably why he's squawking so much. Yeah, he's sitting up there looking over. Doesn't like me now either. But there we go. Anyway, enough of that. So what I'll say for now is all the best from the Wannabe Gardener. Happy gardening. Keep the fingers green. And I'll see you for the next one. Take care. All the best. Bye-bye.